What we need is not more medications, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm the regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. Hello and welcome to Exposé with Tony Akinyemi this beautiful Monday evening in Nigeria. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are viewing from around the globe. We started a new season last week, and this is the second episode in this new season. And we have been looking at colon hydrotherapy, so consider this as part 2. We are honored to have back in the studio with me Mrs. Folasade Adedeji Orolugbagbe, and she shed a lot of light on colon hydrotherapy last week. Today, I will continue asking her more questions to give her an opportunity to tell us more about colonic irrigation or colon cleanse. We will start today with the process. If someone walks into the into the clinic of a colon hydrotherapist, what should that person expect? Maybe before she answers that question, let me welcome her once again.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good to have you back.
Thank you, sir.
Right. So, tell us, if I come into your clinic as a client, what should I expect? What is the process like?
Okay, like I said last week, it's you come in for, I usually book a client for 1 hour slot. So when you come in, we have like a 10 minutes questionnaire. That's a questionnaire where we ask for your diet, your lifestyle, history, or what actually brought you here. But on the phone, we would have spoken about contraindications. And these are people that we don't do colon cleanse for. So you come in, you fill the questionnaire. It asks about your bowel movement, your diet. Do you take milk? Are you somebody that you don't exercise, you don't drink enough water? Or the reason why you came to see us today. And also it's like a consent form too, which says you give us consent to do, to carry out a colon cleanse for you. And that whatever we discuss, we are data protected. We don't carry your information to a third party. Then afterwards, we now start the session. I introduce you, if you're a first time, I introduce you to what colon cleanse is, and I introduce you to my machine, because there are different types of machine. So right. I introduce you to my kind of machine that I use. And then I ask you to change. Everything is done privately. We try to keep your dignity as much as we can. And then you change. After changing, you get on the couch. You in a position that is easier for us to insert the speculum. And here I have my speculum. They're coming from the UK, and they're disposable. That means we don't use them the second time. The first time we use them for a client, we dispose of them. And then you lie on the couch. I insert the...
Can you bring this out for us to see?
I insert the speculum. I try not to show the speculum so much, because a lot of people run away from it when they see it. That's what the speculum looks like. So it's properly gelled and is meant to glide in into the rectum without any obstructions. We have never experienced that it's not gliding it before. So because we've done a case history anyways, so I've asked about your rectum, I've asked about if you've got things like hemorrhoids, or you got fleshy hemorrhoids, piles, etc. Or is it painful? If it's painful, then that means we're not going to have to do your session that day. And then this is the speculum, and this is the waste pipe. The waste pipe, that's where your fecal matter, your toxins, they all come out from. That is connected to the speculum. And the water hose. The water hose is like a thin straw.
Okay.
So that's where the water comes in from. So these both are connected to the speculum. This brings in water. This is where you clear.
And so as the waste is going out in this transparent thing, they can actually be seeing it?
Yes, I
Okay.
even put a mirror there so you can have a feel.
Okay,
I call it my video session, so you can have a feel. You get a lot of clients say, no, I don't want to see. But the minute they start seeing things coming out, they get excited. And then they are more relaxed.
Okay.
You know, so most of my clients don't know what they look like. But when they are coming out, I try to explain to you,
Okay.
I'm seeing trapped gas. It comes out like bubbles. And then the water comes in, like I said, it comes out like a straw. So water is introduced into your colon little by little. I control the way the water goes in. So for
just plain water?
Yes, plain filtered temperatured water.
Okay.
Yes, and the temperature is usually between 34 degrees to 37 degrees centigrade. So we don't go that much. And so that is introduced into the colon slowly. That's why sometimes when my clients are a bit constipated, I ask, how do you drink your water? Are you somebody that only drinks when you're thirsty? Or you drink or you just gulp? You need to drink water in slowly. So I always let them know, see, what I'm introducing to you is going into your colon slowly. So always learn to drink your water slowly. And you're not even drinking gas. Some people don't even know when the water is finished and they're just drinking in more air than normal. So that goes in for 45 minutes. We have a timer and it tells you when the time is up. So all we're doing is introducing water into you and your waste is passing through the clear pipe for 45 minutes. That's just the session. And after the session, and in the meantime, I'm doing abdominal massage. I'm massaging you from the all your colon, from the ascending
colon.
Yes, to the transversal, to the descending all the way, and it comes out to your rectum. This is just to help the movement, the flow. Anything that is clinging onto your colon wall, we're trying to get it out. Yes, get it out from your colon. So like I said, we do this continuously for 45 minutes.
Okay.
And that's for colon cleanse. After a colon cleanse, I give you a coffee enema, mostly complimentary, but sometimes if it's just coffee enema that you come for, I charge. So the coffee enema is completely different from a colon cleanse.
Okay.
The colon cleanse, should I talk about?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. The colon cleanse cleans all the way to the cecum, which is like the end of the colon.
Yeah.
So usually we have something called the cecum flush.
Okay.
The cecum flush is like almost close to the end of the 45 minutes. We have this flush come out. It comes out like foamy.
Okay.
It's a lot of flush. So usually what is accumulated here comes out. Then for the enema, which I'll show the kit. That goes, yes, it goes into the colon as well, but not completely all the way to the end.
Right.
It's not been proven that it goes all the way to the end. But at least it gives you...
At least the descending colon.
Yes, the descending, you're moving, and you don't have anything trapped around here. So it helps movement of, it helps with motility, so you're not clogged.
Right.
So the coffee enema, it comes in two types. It could come in like a stainless steel cup like this that has a smaller tip, and this is not like the colon cleanse. The colon cleanse, like I said, has a waste pipe.
Okay.
So you are relaxed for 45 minutes. Water is going in you, and the waste is coming out. But for the coffee enema, you have to hold the coffee for some time, and you need to go to the toilet.
Okay.
And this has like two things I can say. It detox your liver. Your liver is the largest organ in your body, and
you're talking like a physiologist now.
I am not actually. Well, you won't even believe when my clients come in. And maybe they receive a phone call and they're, I'm in the doctor's office. So when they finish, I'm like, hold it there. First of all, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know much about, I only know how food goes into your mouth and it comes out through your colon, and I'm cleaning only your colon. So I'm not a medical doctor, but along the line, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of clients come in, they tell you they have Hashimoto's and probably have not learned about it. I go back, do my homework before you come in.
Okay.
So I need to learn about it. I have clients come in with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I need to learn about it. I need to know how that helps with your colon.
Right.
They come in with thyroid, hyperthyroidism, all sorts of things. So I'm learning as I grow along the line too. So this helps to detox your liver, like I said. So usually what we do is we boil the coffee. My coffee is packed like that. And my coffee comes from a Kenyan coffee. And it's not just any ordinary coffee. It is especially brewed for colon cleanse. So don't say that Nescafe, I want to put Nescafe inside me. Oh, they say we should do coffee enema. No, it is you need to get from a professional that you know, they know what they're doing. So mine comes from a Kenyan company that are brewed specially for...
Can you also drink this type?
No.
Okay.
This is, they've actually told me that it's specially brewed for coffee enema. So it's not drinkable coffee. And I wouldn't advise you go and take drinkable coffee, except maybe it's probably air dried. There are some coffees that are air dried, properly air dried, and you're sure of the source. So usually for the coffee enema, you would ask you to take, I take like a spoon. A spoonful with like 4 cups of water. I boil for like 7 minutes. Sometimes when I'm lazy, the guessing method is that we should boil for a while. But I do like maybe 5 minutes. And then I let it simmer, sieve it, and pour it in here. Let it cool to temperature that is drinkable. But when you feel it in your palm, you see that you can drink it. The temperature is good. And then you pour it in the stainless steel cup. Make sure it's stainless steel, because there are so many cups out there. There are plastic, some people use plastic, but make sure that it's
stainless steel.
Stainless steel. And if you have to use the plastic, this is the method that is common. If you have to use this, make sure that it's cool. You just don't pour hot water in there and it's seeping into your system.
Why? Why is that? Why do you avoid plastic and other materials?
Well, with the science, I've said it now that plastic is not good with hot water.
It can leach into...
Yes, they leach into the system. So usually we say let it cool before you pour it in there. But when I have a client, I just pour mine straight away, because it's not going through this plastic. It's just going to stay at the tip here. So when I start, I just tilt it over, and then it's cooled already. I have a temperature gauge to check. So I check and it goes into the client. So I usually give this after a colon cleanse, so that we keep it to detox your liver, like I said, for a few minutes. You stay on your left side, keep it, hold it for a while. Try and cringe your rectum if you feel as if you need to go. But first timers, we can't say you can't go. Psychologically, the minute you've already told them you can rush to the toilet, they rush to the toilet. Then when you come back, there's still more coffee waiting for you. I put it in again. I let you lay on your back for like another 10 minutes. You enjoy my coffee without milk and sugar.
Drinking coffee from the backyard.
Exactly. Drinking it orally is different from when you take it from the rectum. It's a completely different thing. For first time, as you might feel funny that, okay, like I said, maybe you feel some kind of shivering moment or that. Go back and do it. Nowadays, there's a lot of people going to the sauna, going to do massages. Try a coffee enema. It will help you. It will do, so you're cleaning from the inside. You're not just doing the external one. So my package comes with the coffee, it comes with an instruction book, and it comes with the cup itself.
That's for home use now?
Yes, that's for home use. So I call the coffee enema like a mini colon cleanse. But when you use that word, a lot of people feel that, oh, so I don't need to come in for a colon cleanse anymore. But like I said, the enema is to support you at home after doing a good irrigation of your colon.
Are there other things you want to show us here today?
Well, I just have this product that I usually encourage. It's not my product. I found it on the shelf as well. And I like it. It says Sit Safe. It's a spray for the toilet bowl when you use public toilets. And the reason most people get constipated or get bloated is, I don't want to use the public toilet. I get on the aircraft, I don't want to use the toilet. And then you're flying 6 hours without even using the toilet. Except maybe to pee or something. You're scared of going to do number 2. So I encourage people to get this product and just spray. Take it with you. Put it in your handbag. And spray whenever you feel that you need to go. You must always go. That's my advice.
I actually did a seminar last week, and somebody told me that whenever she was out of the home, even if for a whole week, she wouldn't go to the toilet until she's back home, because she doesn't want to use any public toilet or toilet in another person's home or whatever.
Wow.
You know, and so this definitely would be a very good accompaniment to take with her.
I hear that a lot. Even when they come to my space, you hear that. It's because it's you. That's why I'm using your toilet. I say, no, you can take it home. Take the fecal matter home. So when you come in, I try to make that toilet comfortable so that you're seated. And then also for the sitting position, I always say, I hope I'm not taking too much time.
No, go ahead, please.
Okay, the sitting position. The Western world has given us the toilet that we have to sit like this. I usually say you sit slanted.
You squat.
Yeah, you squat. Yes. In China, I've been to China once. I saw that we were squatting. In Turkey, they still squat. When they're done, they even wash with water. They don't even go with toilet roll. So the Western world has taught us to just sit down there and you're straining. So when you sit in a squatted position, you see that
the knee is folded that way.
Yes. If you don't have anything, just have like a few books, put it under. And
to further elevate the legs.
And then you are elevated in like a U shape.
Okay.
You know, and that makes it easy for you to go.
Right. Thank you very much, Mom. We now go on to contraindications.
All right.
I told you the story of the man who was scared. You have seen a number of people too who are scared. People ask you, is it painful? Is it going to perforate my colon? And then you felt some headaches, some shivering when you did your first colonic. Tell us more about all the things that may happen. Maybe, do we call them adverse events or side effects? And then who are those who are not advised to do a colonic irrigation? Okay,
contraindications means that you can't do a colon cleanse, and it's not for everybody. But before you even get to that stage, I always say, even if there's nothing wrong with you, just come and detox your colon. Detoxification comes in different ways, through your skin, through your fecal matter, through your sweat. So just do it. Yes, you sweat a lot, you exercise, but just come in and clean your colon. It's not going to cost you anything. It's just water going inside you and clearing up whatever is not meant to be there. So contraindications, there are some people that we do not do colon cleanse for. If you have liver issues, you have heart problems, abdominal hernia is one of them. Active fissure, if it's not healed. Then there's some special people that say that for religious reasons, I've got high blood pressure, but I don't want to take my medication. I'm not sure where I'm going to place you because I'm not a medical doctor. If anything happens on my couch, how am I going to defend myself? So I just say to yourself, to such people, go to the doctor, get a doctor's consent. If a doctor says, yes, you're allowed to do a colon cleanse without medication, why not? No problem. So, like I said, abdominal hernia, yes, we do cancer patients, even up to stage 4, with the doctor's consent. And if a doctor gives a consent for maybe liver issues, she knows why she's given that consent. I'd go ahead and do it, but with the doctor's letter, like I said. And who else wouldn't we give a colon cleanse to? Children under 18, we would rather ask for doctor's consent. You know, there are some children that have been to me, like I had a 9-year-old that wouldn't go from a doctor. So first of all, what we did is, what are you feeding the child on? The mother says she doesn't eat sugar, but you give her cereal. So from there, they've learned that, oh, so cereal's got sugar. Whatever you see on the shelf and you can't pronounce, they call it funny names. Just eliminate it. So she did a bit of elimination, and I didn't do a colon cleanse for her, and the girl was able to go. All I just encouraged was just a bit of exercises for the tummy, tummy toning kind of exercises. And the girl did it, and she was able to go.
Thank you so very much. We will go on a short break, and then when we come back, We will continue this conversation. It's been very interesting and exciting. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. This has been Exposé with Tony Akinyemi.
Join Reverend Tony Akinyemi for a free health seminar live on Zoom on Friday, November 25, 2022. Time is 8 p.m.
Welcome back. This is Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. We're already midway into the month of November 2022. By tomorrow, it will be exactly halfway. I hope you're enjoying this conversation since we started. This is part 2 of our conversation on colon hydrotherapy with Mrs. Folasade Adedeji Orolugbagbe. And she has discussed different types of items here that she uses, the one in the clinic, the one you can have at home, and what have you. When it comes to colonic irrigation, coffee enema, she has also told us the differences between the two and the contraindications, those who may not get a colonic and those that it will benefit. Now, I also see a lot of, is it videos or discussions on social media regarding stools, the color of your stool, the shape of your stool, and all of that as an indicator of your state of health and all of that. I'm sure, being someone who helps with colonic irrigations, you'll be very familiar with the issue of stools. Would you like to educate every one of us regarding that?
Sure. This is one topic that a lot of people shy from when we talk about poo, and everybody wants to do it private. Yes, when you come into my space, I try to make you as private. We have like a good relationship so that you can release very well. There's a reason that you came into my space anyways. So I have a chart here that shows different kinds of stools. Like I said, I used to be in that position. Now I'm more like here. So this is like goat pellets.
Just like the poo-poo of a goat.
Exactly, like chocolate Maltesers. Yeah, it comes out like that. So obviously, maybe you're constipated, you don't have fiber, you're not moving, you're not exercising, or you could be a medical condition where you're not even going. So we can't even just say it's just exercises. Here we have like a sausage-shaped lumpy stool. That's still part of the constipation department, you know. And then healthy stools, they're like this, not much cracks, and they come out smooth and soft. So we call those the healthiest kind of stools. And then this category we have like the diarrhea.
Okay.
When it starts to come, you know that there's something going on. And we also deal with diarrhea, but consistent, persistent diarrhea, we do not do that. There must be something underlying that you're not even sure about.
Okay.
Because I had someone call me and she said she was dealing with diarrhea. And I said, how long? She says she goes like 4 times a day. And she's been going for the past 2 weeks. And you've not gone to see a medical doctor? And someone told you to come and do a colon cleanse? No, I'm not going to do that. Just go and see the doctor and find out what is underlying there.
Okay.
Before you can come in. But yeah, constipation, those are the people that come in to seek colon cleanse a lot.
Right.
So I have this chart there to make you more comfortable when you come in to say that, okay, at least everybody has one thing they're dealing with or the other. When I look at this chart, I've been everywhere. I've been from here down, I've been from here, from up down. I've been everywhere. So everybody has been there one way or the other. So you don't have to shy away from talking about it. Talk to a professional. Like I said, make sure you're speaking with somebody that knows about poo and why we need to do it. And I think that was the question.
Right. Now, what about the colors?
Yes, the
of
colors,
pus,
yes.
right?
Sometimes the poo comes out like green. Maybe you are somebody that does more green, green veggies or smoothies in the morning, the regular person. Sometimes we have it come like black. That lady had been on activated charcoal. She
Okay.
believed that would help her go, but it didn't even make her go. It's just the myth that, okay, when you take activated charcoal, it will make you go. But she still ended up doing a colon cleanse. So when it came out black, she was a bit scared. I said, well, what have you been taking? Let me know. Is it beetroot, or I wasn't even sure what it was until she mentioned it was activated charcoal. And then we have things come out like reddish, purplish. Maybe you've had things like dragon fruit.
Okay.
You've had grapes or something.
Or beetroot.
Beetroot, yes. They all. Then sometimes we have it come like chalky look. In those kind of instances, I don't know how I can describe, but I would just advise you to go see a medical doctor. I'm not going to scare you that maybe you are going through something. I'll just let you know that it's kind of whitish and maybe you should seek medical attention.
Okay.
You know.
Now, I want us to move on to you mentioned during the last episode that there are different machines, that different people use different machines. So talk to us about that.
Okay, there's one called the open system, the closed system, the gravity system, the pressure system, and the, yes, I think that's the 4. But I can talk more on the closed system and the gravity because that's what I use. The open system is an American style. It's like a bathtub thing, and then you lie, the client lies in it. You insert the speculum yourself. You do everything yourself. You control the water yourself. It's the advanced one now. It's getting here too. I think somebody has it here in Nigeria. Okay. So I don't use that, so I don't know much about it. But like I always say, anybody can go on the shelf and get something. And always make sure you are dealing with a trained and certified colon hydrotherapist. My system is the closed system where I do everything myself. I insert the speculum, I do the abdominal massage, I infill the water and you release. I keep infilling the water for 45 minutes. And the gravity system is the same like the closed system. I do everything myself. So I use both systems at my space. And the only thing I can say about the open system again is that I'm not judging, I don't have it yet. But I know that a few of my clients that have come in, they are excited to have the closed system. Okay. Because maybe most of them are coming from the UK, they say, oh, this is what I'm used to. So let me use the closed system. And I know you're going to be there anyways. Right. You're going to massage, you know we are going to look through. Yeah. But when you tell me to do it myself and I'm changing the heat, the water myself, too hot, they get scared. Yes, they get scared that I hope I'm not going to perforate my colon and all that. Like I said, I'm not judging. The open system has its own place because some people want to be private. Right. And then some people have done colon cleanse for years. So that system helps them. They already know what to do. Right. But for the first time, I'm not going to put you on an open system. Come and try the closed system first. And like I said, we protect your dignity a lot. Right. So, and it's just, all in all, just do a colon cleanse.
Right. Now, talking about privacy and dignity, because that's a major issue. Yes. I've met people who will say, who is going to do that colony for me? I'm a man. Is it a lady that would do it? Or I'm a lady, is it a man that would do it? You know? Do you have males and females in case somebody has a preference?
Well, in our own kind of field, we don't need a chaperone. We can just do it. So I explain to you when you give me a call. I'll let you know I'm a female and I'm doing it. Are you comfortable with that? But I keep you, like I said, I cover you a lot. Then most of my jobs have been referrals. So the lady can say, oh, no, don't worry, she's not going to expose you, so don't worry about it, just come around. Yeah. And like I said, I try to keep you as private as I can. And in Nigeria, I've not seen a male colon hydrotherapist. I've not seen any male. I've been to other places.
It looks like a female thing.
Yes. Then usually the male, they prefer to have a female. They don't want a male to a male. Yes, because when my husband was going for a prostate check, I actually specified that I want a female, you know. So I think men feel more comfortable with a female than with a male to a male. Then the female to feel comfortable with a female
much more than a male, yeah.
Than a male,
Yeah.
you know. So
yeah,
we try to make
that's
it
a
as
given.
private as we can.
Now, I mean, I was just thinking, if somebody needed surgery and the only surgeon who can perform that is a female, would a man say, no, I don't want?
Exactly. Like when I was going to give birth, I didn't have a choice. It wasn't as if they said, okay, so
You need a male
I
or
think
female gynecologist?
I think the form, they actually put it there. I said, please, let's just do what we need to do. You know, for me, I'm okay. It's a medical thing. And at that moment, I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
You know.
Now, let's digress now to the issue of diet and lifestyle. Somebody comes in for a colon cleanse. He goes back. Now, the backup has been let out. What advice would you have for such a person going forward to say, look, don't recreate this problem?
Exactly.
So how do you advise such a person?
Well, I have like an aftercare advice here that I give you. I still tell you, chew your food slowly, especially if you're dealing with things like bloatedness or constipation. Chew your food slowly. Chew, chew, chew. That's what they say. There's something now that we call swallow. There's no food that is called swallow. You need to chew that swallow too. Chew it properly and let it go slowly. Just don't start putting lumps, different lumps inside you.
Right.
And then you come back and tell me you're bloated. I don't mind you being bloated. Come over, I'll collect your money every week if you want to do it every month. But usually for colon cleansing, we don't even advise you we do weekly or you do monthly. I won't do it. They would do like the maximum for the year is like 12. So we can't say you can come in every month. Yeah, fine. But if you're okay, why are you aiding it with something?
Right.
So usually people that come to my space, they are always aiding with something.
Okay.
If you don't drink a tea, they can't go. If they don't chew on some kind of bitter leaf or something,
Or
they
take
cannot.
Andrew's liver salt.
Exactly. Or the Gaviscon, the
Right.
laxatives, they can't go. So those are the kind of people that I encourage to come in for a colon cleanse. So I have like an aftercare advice, which I tell you, maybe chew, 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 drink lots of water, exercise, have exercise so you're moving properly. So we'll give you like an aftercare advice.
Okay.
So it really depends on you if you really want to follow through.
Okay.
If not, I've done my bit.
Right. Now, you mentioned about probiotic implants the other time. Would you like to address that as well again?
Okay, like I said earlier, when we do the colon cleanse, we clear out the friendly and the unfriendly bacteria. So we want to replace that. It's not everybody that give an implant to. Maybe because they would rather, probably because I charge for it.
Okay.
And so they would rather go buy the supplement themselves than the implant.
Okay.
But if I feel that it's necessary for you to have an implant, maybe you're dealing with some kind of disease that needs you to get the probiotics immediately, I do the implant for you. So after the colon cleanse, just like in the coffee enema, the implant is in here,
right? And
then we just insert that and you hold it for a while before you leave.
Okay. So what's the implant made of?
It's powder form and we dilute it with water.
Okay.
So we give that. But at the same time too, we still ask you to go home and take the probiotic supplement. Okay. Probiotics comes in supplements.
Right.
And then we advise on...
How many CFUs would you advise?
Well, I usually say like 8 billion, from 8 billion up.
Upwards, okay.
Yes.
Right.
But if your doctor advises that you need to take like 50 billion, why not?
Okay. Now, I read somewhere that they actually use extracted fecal matter from certain individuals to make some implants. And then they implant it back into the patient, particularly those with IBS, colitis, and so on.
All the ITs usually.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard about it. Research has talked about it, but I don't think it's something that probably a colon
hydrotherapist would do.
Okay. Yes, it's more on the medical side of things.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what about gluten? You also mentioned gluten last week.
Yes.
How does gluten impact on colon health?
Okay. Well, gluten, like I always say, the word itself even says it. The word itself means glue. So it's like glue, something that is used to bind your food together, and it usually comes in things like white flour, and some rice do have gluten as well. I didn't know I was gluten intolerant until I did the Helicobacter pylori test, and one thing I've found out that Helicobacter pylori and gluten, they don't work hand in hand. So most of my clients, when they come in and they tell me they have H. pylori, I say, first of all, you need to get off gluten. So I'm not going to advise that gluten is, everybody gets off gluten. No, it's a new fashion now. That,
Gluten-free.
Exactly, gluten-free is on the shelf. Some of us have allergies to it, so we need to get off gluten. So just check, go to your doctor and do a test and check. It's not just H. pylori that that doesn't like gluten. There are other things that you need to check with your medical doctor first before you say that you are going into our fashion of gluten intolerance. And the world now is gluten intolerance, lactose intolerance,
Everything intolerance.
something intolerance, without even doing a test.
Yeah. Okay. I want to move into the domain of training now.
Okay.
You got trained.
Yes.
Are there trainers in Nigeria? Do you train people?
Yes.
Who and who is eligible for training? Do I have to have any pre-qualifications by way of education, maybe a degree, a diploma in something before I could train, or will a school certificate, GCO level be sufficient, or maybe even less? If I have BA Yoruba, for example, or BA Religious Studies, can I train? What prerequisite training do I need or education do I need before I can train?
Okay, thank you for that question. My belief is that everybody can train, as long as you're matured enough and you think you can deal with fecal matter, because a lot of people are scared of saying that. So if you feel you're matured enough, you are trained. So you don't even need any qualification. A graduate, you come in, oh, I want to do colon cleanse. It's just that when you come in, you do anatomy and physiology. And like I said, you do that for like 10 weeks online. And the reason we do online is that most people that do colon cleanse, colon hydrotherapists, they are matured people. They're like from age 30 and above.
Right.
It's not usually I've not seen a 20-something-year-old person I've not even seen a 30 person that is a colon hydrotherapist.
They get put off with the idea of poop.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So you come in, you do like 10 weeks of anatomy and physiology online, and you study at your own pace, but we expect that you study between 4 to 6 hours a week. So you study that for like 10 weeks, and afterwards you come to our space and you do 6 days of practicals.
Okay.
And so anybody can come in and say they want to, as long as you're committed to it. I have 2 students now, they're in their matured stage too, and they did it 10 weeks. I was even shocked that they could even do, but usually weekly we communicate with you, where are your challenges, where do you have problems. So we do a few things. You learn on laxatives, prescription medication, why you feel colon cleanse is good for some people. We'll teach you on that as well. Then, like I said, functions of the large intestine, a bit of diet and nutrition.
Okay.
Although now we're working on a nutritionist who wants to collaborate with us and teach more fully on nutrition. And then my 2 students, I've sent them to Rafa Institute.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
One of them did online last week to learn more on nutrition and diet from your institution.
I even forgot to mention that you are a graduate of our institute as well.
I was going to go there. I'm a graduate of Rafa Institute. So most of the things I've learned at Rafa Institute, I'm taking it, the nutrition, I'm taking it into the world. That is what has really helped me a lot. I am not a nutritionist, and I've eaten bad as well. So most times, and you've taught us there to walk the talk. So I'm a colon hydrotherapist. I try my possible best to walk the talk, because I know that when I'm in a public place, I don't know who's seeing me. So I try so hard to drink my water and not drink Coca-Cola. If I have to drink Coca-Cola, probably in my bedroom. But I don't even remember the last time I had a Coca-Cola. So that's just basically for colon hydrotherapy training. And then you get a certification from our association. Like I said, it's called RICTAT. You can check online. It's RICTAT.org.
How is that spelled?
RICTAT.
Okay, RICTAT.com. .org.
.org. Yes, .org.
Okay, okay.
That's the International Register of Integrated Colon Hydrotherapists and Trainers. So usually, if you get trained, you can't just, like I'm a trained colon hydrotherapist, and I'm under the RICTAT umbrella. The RICTAT umbrella is United Kingdom Association of Colon Hydrotherapists and Trainers. So if I'm trained, I cannot just train my staff and tell them to do colon cleanse if I'm not available.
Okay.
And the reason being that under our umbrella, that's not allowed. You need to go through the school yourself.
Okay.
You need to know the anatomy.
Get certified.
Get certified before you can say that, okay.
Attend to clients.
Exactly.
Right.
Because nowadays a lot of, like I said, the open system, somebody buys the machine.
Self-help, DIY.
Exactly. You go in there and the therapist is not trained. And then the water is gushing into the colon, and the therapist I'm telling the therapist, oh, I've got IBS, and this water is a bit too much for my colon. The therapist may not be able to help you because she's not trained.
Right.
So we always say do things properly, and it gives you peace of mind.
Okay.
And then when I came in, I also joined an association of spa and medical aesthetics.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
Okay.
So I have that certification.
Right.
And everything is on my wall.
Okay. So give or take, what will the duration be like for the training?
Okay. Like I said, the anatomy and physiology is 10 weeks. And
you must complete it within 10 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
We try to support you, because if it's more than, if we say study at your own pace, it's not just you. We have like a couple of students.
Okay.
So we need to have
Bring
that 10
together.
weeks. Yes, that 10 weeks. 10 weeks is 10 weeks, but we support you. But when you come in for the practicals, we still do like a 1 day of the anatomy and physiology. Just tell us what this is. We have the structure. So you tell us what part of the colon, what do you think this and that. We ask a few questions before we do the practical. And the practical, like I said, is just 6 days.
Okay. And you would like to talk about the cost? Training cost?
Well, I don't want to talk about that now, because there are some cases that you are like a medical doctor, you already have anatomy and physiology. Okay. So we try to give you a discount on that. But if it's just the full cost, like I said, dollar is fluctuating by the day, so I don't want to give the figures now.
But is it affordable?
Yes, it is, because in the 10 weeks we give you space to do a payment plan. Okay. Yes, so it's not just one-time payment.
So after training, I know that from what you said last week, only 5 of you in Nigeria certified that you know.
Yes.
That means that a lot of job opportunities exist.
Exactly. And I tell a lot of people that this is the business of the future, and this is the future. The future is not tomorrow. The future is today. So today, the business is there. And like I said, demand is more than supply for me. I mean, that's why I decided to come. We need to get training. Then aside from that, I look at people, the geographical location of people, where they're coming from. Someone is coming from Festac to come to the island. Why would that happen?
If somebody was there.
If somebody was just around your area. Yeah. So obviously, you don't get clogged and have to travel all the way, and then you're tired. And then when you're done with the colon cleanse, because after your colon cleanse, you're tired. I say take it easy for the day. Though you don't need to go to the gym. Then you're traveling in traffic all the way back to Festac. So now when you come in, I ask you, where do you want to operate? If you want to operate next door to me in Oniru, why not? It's not disturbing me. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm doing certain areas that I know that is needed more. If you want to do Oniru, wait for a minute. I don't mind. But if I have a student that is in Oniru too, I don't want you to be in Oniru. Do you
Okay.
mind going to somewhere else like Badore or
Right.
VGC?
Okay.
Like I have a student now, she's in Badore and I'm in Oniru. VGC is there. So she's like in between
Right,
VGC,
right.
Ekpe, dealing with the
Yeah.
Ekpes. Then I have one coming to GRA Ikeja.
Okay.
There's already one in GRA Ikeja, but she's
Okay.
not under our, he's not
Okay.
under our association.
Okay.
So afterwards, we expect you to have integrity. That's what we
Right,
have. We
right.
expect from a colon hydrotherapist. You come in from the UK, you have UK certification. So I'm in charge of the people in Nigeria. So I have to check that you are following standards.
Right.
And we have certain standards. Like I said, we don't use all our equipments are disposable. We don't use anything, even up to some people reuse their gloves. We don't do that. The only thing we can say we reuse is like the robe,
Okay.
which is made from cotton. Anyways.
Right.
So that's
Right,
just
good one, good one. So, everyone out there, no job opportunity, I beg to apply. I want to japa.
There's so many
There are
opportunities.
so many opportunities here. You can become a millionaire while solving real problems, helping people, sorting problems out, and getting rewarded in the process. So this is another window of opportunity for those who want to take advantage of it. I was speaking with another masseur, a masseur the other time, and she was saying, look, people don't want to even train anymore to become massage therapists. And she says there are so many opportunities out there in Nigeria. I mean, Lagos, over 20 million people. Nigeria, over 200 million people. This is a huge market, for God's
Yes,
sake.
absolutely.
And for those who are interested, I mean, a word they say is enough for the wise. I think this is how far we can go. They've told me that our time is up. But then before you leave, tell us again your contacts, your website, and all of that.
Yes, before I leave, I just like to leave an assignment for my viewers.
Right.
I have a dog, and I know my dog is very intelligent. So I always advise my dog, the minute my dog poos, he looks back to see what is dropped. So every time you go into the toilet, please look back and see what you've dropped there. You never know. It might be bloody, it might be green, it might be black. So and if you don't understand that, you don't know what's going on. So just look back and see what you've dropped. And my contact is, my phone number is 0809-781-7337. My website is www.colonixlagos.com. And my email address is colonixlagos@yahoo.com. So,
Thank you very much,
Thank
madam.
you
It's been a
sir.
very wonderful and very educative and instructive moment with us last week and today. We do hope that our viewers too have been blessed listening to all of these nuggets, pieces of information, relevant and useful information. For those who may want to have an experience, you have her details already. You may want to visit her in the Lekki Axis Oniru Estate and on appointment. And one experience I'm sure will convince you, a trial they say will convince you. I have done colonic irrigation before abroad and in Nigeria, and it's always a wow experience each time. And everyone I have suggested should do it have come back thanking me for it. And so I strongly recommend that you get evaluated, get assessed to be sure that you are a candidate for colonics. And if you are, then go ahead and get it. And I'm sure you will have something to thank me for at the end of the day. Once again, it's been a very wonderful experience on Exposé with Tony Akinyemi this Monday evening in Nigeria. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and press the subscribe button and also share this video thereafter. Thank you. Have a wonderful week ahead, and God bless you.
Join Reverend Tony Akinyemi for a free health seminar live on Zoom on Friday, November 25, 2022. Time is 8 p.m.